Hi there, students. Marshal. To marshal as a verb. A marshal as a noun, a countable noun. I'm going to start with the verb. Okay, if you marshal things or people, you organize them, you bring them together in order to achieve something. Particularly, this talks about the organization of soldiers. So the general marshaled his troops, getting them ready for an attack. Yeah, to arrange, to place, to maneuver, particularly for soldiers. But we can then use this metaphorically, yeah, to put something in a methodical order, to arrange. So the policeman interviewed me so that he could marshal the facts. Or if you're going to do an essay in an exam, you need to marshal the things that you're going to say on a piece of paper before you start. You could marshal your energy. Yeah, you use appropriate bits in appropriate places. Okay, so to marshal something, to organize something for a particular aim. Yeah. If your resources are limited, you need to marshal your resources, to use them appropriately, to arrange them so that you can use them to their best effect. So marshal, to assemble something methodically, arrange facts, ideas, objects. Yeah. If you can marshal your thoughts, then it's easier to explain things. Okay, now we have the noun, a marshal, a field marshal. Yeah, this is normally, the field marshal is the top person in the army, or maybe below the commander-in-chief, Field Marshal Mountbatten. But be careful, don't confuse this word marshal, M-A-R-S-H-A-L, with martial, sounds the same, M-A-R-T-I-A-L, as in martial arts. Martial with a T talks about things that are related to war, military, yeah, martial law. Again, military. This is a different word. Yeah, martial music, different. Okay, but to a field marshal or just marshal orders the troops. He tells them where to go. The marshal marshals the troops. Now, very often at a public event, there will be marshals. These are people to tell you where to go, to tell you where to park. I'm thinking you arrive in your car at some big sporting events, and there are marshals wearing these yellow or orange jackets who tell you where to park or where to go. Yeah, these are effectively ushers. They're people who are telling you what to do. Yeah, they're effectively, they are helping with the smooth running of the events. They marshal the people. Now, in the US, a marshal is a law enforcement officer. He's a federal police officer. Yeah, so marshal, a Texas Ranger. Yes, marshal. Okay, so effectively the person who helps the sheriff. Okay, so to marshal, I think probably for you the most interesting one is this: to arrange things, to gather things, to marshal your facts, yeah, to marshal your resources, to arrange things in a methodical order. Yeah. And then you have a marshal who tells people where to go, who helps with the smooth running of an event. The marshals they're like the helpers of the organizers. They've always got a walkie-talkie as well at these big events. A field marshal, yeah, the head of the army. Um, a marshal. I think in medieval times, a marshal was a high ranking person in the household of a prince. Yeah, particularly somebody who was in charge of the cavalry. Okay, but well, that's 5, 6, 7, 800 years ago. Okay, so to marshal. As to formality, I think I'm going to give a marshal 5 in formality, both the lawman and the person telling you where to go. To marshal your efforts, to marshal your resources, maybe a 6, but use anywhere, a touch on the formal side. And then let's see, as to origin, it comes from Anglo-Norman, sort of French, Marshal. It was a military commander. From medieval Latin, mariscalus, a commander or a court dignitary, which probably comes from Proto-Germanic, marhaz, a horse, and skalkaz, a servant. So a horse servant. I guess, well, you need to marshal your horses as well. So enough. If you enjoyed the video, give it a rating, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you soon. Bye for now. Marshal.